There is a shocking report making the rounds in military circles. And folks, if it's true, it could change everything we think we know about modern air power. We're talking about the F-35, the most advanced fighter jet on the planet, and some unconfirmed news that several of them may have just been shot out of the sky. So let's break down what's being said.
16. That's the number floating around. Not one, not two. 16 F-35s potentially lost in a single conflict. Now, to put that into perspective for you, some countries don't even have that many advanced fighter jets in their entire air force. It's a number that is just, well, it's almost hard to wrap your head around.
Okay, but right off the bat, we have to be absolutely crystal clear about this. These are unconfirmed reports. As of right now, there's no official statement, no verifiable proof. We're going to walk through the claims that analysts are fiercely debating, but it is so important to remember this is a developing story, and the real facts are still coming into focus.
Now, whether it's true or not, just the suggestion that a loss this big could happen has sent absolute shockwaves through the defense community. It's forcing a complete rethink of what we believed about air superiority. You can bet governments and military planners all over the world are on high alert right now.
So what are the core claims here? Well, first, it's the sheer number, up to 16 jets allegedly lost during intense combat, not from some accident or pilot error. Second, all the speculation is pointing towards advanced air defense systems, systems that were supposedly able to find, track, and destroy the world's best stealth fighter. And then layered on top of all of that are whispers of regional powers being involved, which, raises the terrifying possibility of a much, much bigger conflict.
To really get why this news is so earth-shattering, we need to take a quick look at the plane at the heart of this storm, the F-35 Lightning II. See, this isn't just another fighter jet. It was designed from the ground up to be the undisputed king of the skies.
Yeah, that's the official textbook definition, but trust me, it doesn't even begin to tell the whole story. This jet is the product of billions upon billions of dollars, decades of research, and some of the smartest minds in engineering, all pushing to create the ultimate weapon in the air.
This plane is basically the cornerstone of modern air power for a few huge reasons. Its stealth tech is meant to make it a ghost, practically invisible to enemy radar. It's got this thing called sensor fusion, which is incredible. It basically gives the pilot a godlike view of the battlefield, pulling data from friendly jets, drones, and ground control into one simple, clear picture. And it's a true multi-role fighter. That means it can do air-to-air dogfights, precision bombing, and surveillance, sometimes all in the same mission. It's a jack of all trades and a master of all of them.
The quarterback of the sky is the perfect way to think about it. It's not just another player on the field. It's the one calling the plays, coordinating the entire team, and seeing threats that nobody else can. Losing just one is a big deal, but losing 16, that would be a strategic catastrophe.
And all of this leads us to a really uncomfortable question. Is this multi-billion-dollar machine, this supposedly invincible aircraft, actually vulnerable?
I mean, this is the classic cat and mouse game of modern warfare, right? On one side, you've got the F-35 with its incredible cloak of invisibility. But on the other side, you've got adversaries working 24/7 to build radar and missile systems that can pierce that veil. This report, if it turns out to be true, suggests the cat may have just caught the mouse.
As one analyst put it, this whole situation, quote, raises serious questions about the effectiveness of modern air defense systems against stealth technology. To put it another way, one of the bedrock assumptions of Western military strategy for the last 30 years is suddenly being called into question.
Let's not mince words here. If these reports are confirmed, it would be one of the single biggest blows to American and Allied air power in a generation. The strategic implications are just almost too massive to calculate. Because the potential impact of this story goes way beyond a single battle or a single region. The real question here is about the global fallout, what this could mean for the entire world.
So what kind of ripple effects are we looking at? Well, for starters, a potential shift in the whole global balance of power. If the F-35 is no longer the undisputed champ, it changes the strategic math for every nation on Earth, both friend and foe. And that kind of uncertainty, well, it's just fuel for rising tensions, and it really stokes fears that regional conflicts could boil over very, very quickly.
And in response, you're seeing this mad dash of diplomatic activity. Behind closed doors, in public statements, leaders are urgently calling for calm, trying to de-escalate the whole situation before it spirals completely out of control. And this leaves us with a final, chilling thought. If the most advanced, most expensive, and most complex fighter jet ever built can potentially be beaten on this kind of scale, what does that mean for the future of warfare?
Are we literally watching the end of an era? Is the age of guaranteed air superiority over? That is the question that's going to be keeping military planners up at night for a long, long time to come.